I'll just go from there and see if I go back or not. You have said harsh things against me, says the Lord. Yet you ask, what have we said against you? You have said it is futile to serve God. What did we gain by carrying out his requirements and going about like mourners before the Lord Almighty? But now we call the arrogant blessed. Certainly the evildoers prosper, and even those who challenge God escape. And so God says here in Malachi to the people, he's like, you're saying harsh things against me. And they say, well, what are we saying? And he says, well, you're talking about how futile it is to serve me. You're saying, all the evildoers are being blessed. All the bad people are getting away with it. The world's just going to hell in a handbasket. And look at them. They got all the money. They got all the power. They got all the influence. They got all the, prestige. They got all the fame. What good is it to serve God? You ever hear that or get that feeling sometimes from believers that they have that kind of understanding and stuff? So, some of us may even struggle with it sometimes. You go, how is it any different? And God's like, that's harsh words to me, God says. He says, you're talking about me. You're giving me a bad reputation when you say that. And of course, the people would be thinking, well, but that's what we're seeing. I mean, we see that today, don't we? We see the evil prospering in power. I mean, some of the most wicked people almost becoming president of the United States and things like that. I mean, just evil Jezebel spirits trying to run our country. And you go, wow, it's just, what's going on? Well, keep going. Then those who fear the Lord talked with each other, and the Lord listened and heard. A scroll of remembrance was written in his presence concerning those who feared the Lord and honored his name. So, the church as a whole, and I'm saying what the Spirit of God is saying is this applies to now. Okay? I'm not digging into the history and all that. We can do Bible studies another time. I'm just saying what the Spirit's saying. This applies to now. First of all, there's issues with the tithes and the offerings. People that call themselves Christians aren't giving the way they should, aren't helping the way they should, aren't doing what they should be doing. There's an issue there. Then, people that call themselves Christians are having this attitude of what's the use? What's the difference? Why is it that there's so much going on with all these evil people? They're getting everything. Everything's good. They're fine. I mean, it's not really, we're not much different. We'll just kind of, I guess, wait till the Lord returns and just kind of, keep our head down and just, won't it be wonderful there? Just wait till it's all over. See, that's an issue. I believe that's what's happening today. But then he said, those that feared the Lord talked with each other, and the Lord listened and heard, and a scroll of remembrance was written in his presence concerning those who feared the Lord and honored his name. This is a time where those that are committed to the Lord, those that truly believe in the Lord, those that truly trust the Lord, those that truly have a deep relationship with him and want to move forward with him, are starting to gather together, talk together. You can call it different names. You can call it a remnant. You can call it chosen ones. You can call it elect. You can call it, there's different names people throw around. But there are those that really want to do something different. They really want to move forward. They're tired of the status quo. They want to see the power of God. They fear God and they honor his name, and they want his name to be glorified in the world and not just sit back and let all the darkness take over. I mean, how many groups, how many denominations, how many churches, places that call themselves Christian are embracing ungodly, unholy things in their presence, even doing things like performing same-sex marriages and things like that, which is an abomination to God. Just letting all those things go on. But there are those that say, no, we want to honor God's name. We want to stand up for what he believes in. And it's not just taking a stand against these things, but it's saying, God, how can we honor your name? God, how can we do what you want to do? God, how can we be something different? Even different than we were in the past. Maybe we did good in the past, but something different, something new, something that you want to do. How can we be effective in communicating your name? Because God, we fear you and we know judgment will come. And he says a book comes out and God starts writing this book of remembrance. God's listening when we talk. God's listening today at what I have to say. Better be careful, huh? Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Because the Father, go ahead.